Hey guys, I thought I would show you how I make my business cards. I know in one of my very first videos I showed you guys, and you guys have been asking how, so I'm going to take you through it. I always get these sheets given to me. They're wore out, or they don't like them, or whatever. I always use them for backing on quilt squares, all that kind of stuff. So that's the base of my business card. I take normal glue. I get these all the time, especially when it's back to school and they're on sale. I just cut this to a workable size. This one I think is 9 inches square. And I literally take all of my bits that are too big to throw out but too small to sew, and I put them in that container, and then when it's time they're all in one spot, and that's it. I just glue randomly. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what size. I just literally glue them onto this sheet. And why do I glue them? Because it's faster than trying to set it up, sew a bit, set a little bit more, or pin them. Pinning them just wouldn't work. Well, if you have more patience than I would, it might. But yeah, so all these little odds and ends that, like I said, too small to sew, too big to throw out. And when I say throw out, I mean the next stage is my stuffing bin. So that's the tiny, tiny, tiny bits. And that's pretty much how I get them started anyways. So this takes a bit. You end up with really sticky, gross fingers. But the end result, I think, is worth it. So you just glue and glue and glue until you are happy with that. And here's some of my last ones I did. So I was done gluing, and then what I did was I quilted it. I stitched it all around and held them on. And that's just a sheet that I use for backing. And the pattern doesn't matter. I just found this one was easiest because I didn't have to keep cutting my threads. I just went around and around and around. This one I went around the outside with the serger. It must just something else I did. This one I went back and forth, cutting threads, and then I realized there's got to be a better way. So there's some of the ones that I did already. And they're just easy to do them when you want to. Get them to this point, set them aside, and then use them later. Like, it's not a one and done kind of deal. You can, if you have that kind of time, or you can just do bits and set them aside. But what I do find when I set these aside, I'll use them for other things other than business cards. Like, let me show you. I'm making these bucket hats for some summer sales I have going on. Let me clear this out of the way and give me some room to show you guys. So like this bucket hat, and I was trying to figure out what to use on the inside. Well, yeah, I used a few of these to make the liner of my bucket hat. I thought it was kind of neat. But anyways, back to business cards. So, when you're done here, I have like a template of a business card size, just cut out with cardboard. Kind of like this. And it's probably an old cereal box or something. I always use those for templates. Yeah. Cereal. And then I just use the back side because it's easier to see my markings. And I'll trace around and cut with my pinking shears. Which is easy. And then that will leave me with this. And then these I just, I print with my own printer. It's an inkjet, and I have Avery labels. They're fabric. These, and they're printable fabric, full sheets, and it says that they come 5 sheets in a pack, and they just, any inkjet, it even says it, inkjet printers, and then you just put your logo in your computer and you figure out the layout like you would any label. And that's how I print those. And then that's how it's nice and colorful and everything else like that. So, on the back side, I like to do denim to keep it kind of sturdy. And there's always denim scraps here. And I'm getting so I have little tiny ones too. So I'm doing the exact same thing I do with my colorful scraps, but with denim. Here's a little a starter one that I've glued. And again, we can't throw those out, right? And I have gaps and everything else, but that's fine. I'll just cover them up and keep gluing. And then on the back side of that, I put this label, and it's my website, a little coupon code for your next order, and that's what goes on the back. Then I change my stitching around, and it's always different. That's kind of my thing. Never the same. Unless I find something that really, really works nice. So that's how I make those. They're kind of fun to put in with your orders. That was my old logo. So I've changed logos in between. And this is one I printed on, I cut a piece of cotton fabric. Actually had some off-white and ironed it onto freezer paper and then cut it down to 8.5 by 11 so it fit through the printer. And not bad. I don't like my stitching on this one, but whatever. It is what it is. And then I was afraid of it bleeding, like the ink's bleeding. So I covered it with Mod Podge. like a fabric Mod Podge. It seems to work. But yeah. That's how I make those. That was just free motion mess. Whatever. If you can't have fun, what are you doing it for? So that's how I make those. If anybody has any more questions about them or wants further details, I'm a learn as you go kind of person. I'm not good with patterns. I'm not like following the instructions. I'm not that type of person. I make it up as I go. So, if you're not like that and you need further instructions, don't hesitate to leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And we'll talk about it further. I just want to thank everybody. I see my subscribers going up. When you start something like this, you always think the worst, right? But it's not the case. I enjoy watching that happen. I enjoy making a few little videos for you guys. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and there'll be some more shortly. Thanks. Bye-bye.